Thank you so much and welcome everyone to today's webinar on successful change control management. We have quite a full agenda to get through today. We'll be going over some regulatory requirements for change control, how to set up your standard operating procedures, how to go through the initiation process, how to set up action items, and assign task owners in order for the changes to actually go through without a hitch. And then also how we go about closing them out and making sure that the change has been effected. Change control really applies to a lot of the different things that we do in the pharmaceutical industry. Here we have a quote from 21 CFR Part 210 and 211 from 1996, where the proposed rules were quoted as saying that change control measures can apply to equipment, your standard operating procedures, any of your instructions, environmental conditions, or really anything that has an effect on the state of the control and therefore the state of validation of any process or system. So really, if you're going to be making any sort of changes to any of these types of variables or systems, it is in your best interest to do a change control. Change control, the actual quality system is really a cornerstone of the quality system, the organizational quality system as a whole. It's extremely important to have control over everything that we do in the pharma industry, but changing things really does raise an eyebrow when you put it in front of a regulator or an auditor. They do look at your changes kind of with, kind of objectively. They want to make sure that you are doing them appropriately, that you're not kind of doing them under the radar, that you're documenting everything appropriately, you're getting the correct buy-in from all of the different shareholders and those that are being affected, and making sure that your documents are thorough enough that they explain to the initiator and everyone involved what to do and how to close one successfully. Change controls really are instrumental in controlling your facilities, your equipment, your processes, and your lab operations as well. Many times we have two different types of change controls. We all know the quality management system change control, which is more than likely what we have most experience with. But we also can have an information technology change control. This is a system that controls all of your computer activities. So your hardware, your software, anything that is going through that system. Change control really is always introduced to make sure that things are controlled and they're coordinated, that we're not just kind of looking at a system and saying, well, I really think this would be better off if it was done this way, and having that person just go ahead and execute his or her idea. And then, let's say on second shift, the, technician comes in and realizes that, oh, there was a change to the system. He or she is very confused, has absolutely no idea, what the change was, how to execute the change. It becomes, very important to make sure that we're communicating all of the different things that we're doing, especially to the end user. Change control really reduces the possibility that unnecessary changes will be introduced to a specific system without any forethought. So, again, looking at maybe, maybe you're frustrated in the laboratory and you think to yourself, okay, if I could just maybe move this pH meter over to this other bench top, it would be a lot easier. Or maybe if I could move this HPLC, even moving laboratory